hadamadin ila nyantolum hadamadin ila nyantolum preji kendomi annun ji senawo adabe hadamadin la balu wala kon annun hadamadin ka fengo fen dundi akono kono ayanda ke ku senawo ay ke kuti mi yalo ko ata hadamadin mantora madingul one stop water solutions limited ibi janne gambia banko kan andun ye filtarole natal me yalo ko isala jiol kende andi anu isa senen inatale pour ka ji kendo ji senawo natale gambia banko kan jio mi yalo ko atal mantora la annun jio diata baati one stop water solutions limited ye filtarole natal me yalo ko alse muna fangano la alla pompol isala jiol tenteng ya senendi coming alla fala nyame naketa pompoti bang abo hono fo nawek la pipe wala a filter sifa o sifa one stop solutions ya natale 10-inch filter set of 3 ya sotale filter mi yalo ko acid jota aya tenteng natara bankole ba kono fa kenyo wala kankan be bije sa be bon filter fana member ko 12-inch set of 3 filter mi yalo ko acid jota aya dada aya senendi mensebeta alla jata kendato wo fana sotale CTO block carbon filter o fana mu filter mi yalo ko acid chemical o bonnino jiol kono le mensebeta alla jata kendeya filter mi mboko CTO block carbon mensi jiola chemical o be bondi akono pour kala jata kendeya sahen nim filter sabol be kiliwo kilina pansundo ku na wata tankol fana sotale kabirim 500 5000 fokata 10000 liters plumbing fittings fana be mol bulle alsemol tarano sukuta highway mariama kunda johnson wala ismol kumandi 505 5691 796 8272 one stop water limited solutions inatale ka jiko be sonende gambia banko.
Good morning there. You're watching QTV this morning, and I am your host, Jennifer Sonko, joined by my co-host, Ansumana Isonyasi. Good morning.
Good morning, Jay. Good morning to our wonderful viewers. We are back again on this platform.
Sure.
Yeah.
So how was your Monday?
I had a good weekend. I had a good Monday. So, yeah, I'm all geared up.
Busy.
Like fired up.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Come look at Ibrahim Baldadeo here. Let's roll.
Let's roll. Exactly.
Let's roll.
So, you know what happened?
Yes, and we're joined by Momodu Mboch to help us analyze the stories that we have on the papers. It's always good to have you here.
Yes, I'm always glad to be around.
All right. So, yeah, we have the African proverb today. We have the newspaper review, and our guest is already here, Momodu Mboch. And today on social issues, we'll be doing an extensive voter sensitization in English and other local languages. We just feel like when it comes to this election, we do not need invalid votes.
Yeah.
We need valid votes whereby your vote will be counted. At the end of the day, you can't go all the way there and put in your vote and it's not counted. And really, you have your candidate, you have someone that you believe in. So we feel like it is important that we do an extensive sensitization in the program to show you how to actually take that vote and, you know, make it valid. So we'll be joined by a representative from the IEC. And on Click segment, as usual, we'll be joined by Skengman Sweezy, Buba Fati. And just to remind you that our sponsors for this program is One Stop Water Solution. It's all for all your water filters, for all your tanks, and all of that.
Yeah, you need good, like, boreholes, tanks, you know, dispensers.
Sure.
I mean, dispensers, rather.
Yeah.
I mean, anything that has to do with good water.
Yeah.
When
and
I
you
say
know,
water, I mean
clean
good,
water
good,
is a fundamental human right. So
water
at the end of
life.
the day, water is my life.
So you need good water, good clean water.
Sure.
See them.
Yeah, so what is our African proverb, Ansumana?
Yes, so our proverb this morning, as usual, it's another interesting one.
Yeah.
It reads, no problem rather is settled until it is settled right.
Okay.
I take that again. No problem is settled until it is settled right.
So what does this tell you?
Yeah, you don't haphazardly treat issues. You see them through, you treat them thoroughly and do it right.
Yeah.
It's like what Mr. Ade was saying the other day. Do you want to get it right or you want it right? All right? So you have to do things the right way.
Sure.
And, you know, with problems, you have to treat them thoroughly.
Thoroughly. So, Mr. Mboch, have you been in any situation where you felt like you needed to put in more effort to actually solve a particular problem, whereby you just, you know, treated a problem too quick, you know?
Yes, you see, at this stuff was like, it's better to get it right, than to do it right away.
Exactly.
That's sort of
have you been in a particular situation where you did not do it right, you did not take your time to do it right, and then, you know, it turned out wrong?
And then you will have to go back to do it all over again. This is the problem. Oh, absolutely. We've been in management for a long time, so we have faced situations where perhaps we had not done it right, so obviously the problem will not go away.
Yeah,
it will return, as it were. and that sort of thing. Yes, obviously, at some point one is bound to get into this sort of situation, but you learn from it. And know that you simply cannot paper over, as it were, smooth over problems, you know, to go to the heart of it and make sure that you get it justly. It must be just. Exactly. Justice goes to the very heart of most problems. Without justice, I mean, people feeling that the situation had been done equitably, as it were, decisions had been taken equitably, where everybody would be happy. Otherwise, it will come back. You've merely papered over it.
Exactly.
And
Looking at this proverb for me, no problem is settled until it is settled right. What comes to my mind is Africa's health sector. How bad Africa's health sector is. The fact that they're not taking their time to do what's right. Always they're just brushing over, you know, coming up with ambulances. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Coming up with just things that are just visible to the people, while the problem is right there under the carpet. It's not looking good at all, you know, and they don't actually take their time to solve it completely. And again, this also takes me to the OIC project. When they said they have to dismantle certain buildings and all of that, they were like, oh my God, that is too much. But at the end of the day, it's solving a problem. So at the end of the day, it needs to be settled by removing all those households around it, and eventually we will have the proper road network that we need. So basically, these are just the two scenarios that comes to my mind.
It's like, even if you look at our local settings, sometimes when things happen and you're like, you know,
exactly.
You know, we don't discuss these things. We don't try to settle those problems, but we try to play it down. You know,
exactly.
Instead of dealing with the real issues. So I think it's a
goes down to gender-based violence when we have rapists in our communities and people say, hey, family member, let's just put it aside, and that person is going to continue raping. Jail the individual, jail the person, and then the problem is solved. But at the end of the day, they'll be like, this person is too young and promising, we don't want to jail. But then the gender-based violence continues. It's going to be a whole trend. I think
there's so much wisdom really in this program.
Exactly. There's a lot to it when it comes to just solving problems and just moving on and having it right. Sometimes solving certain problems comes with numerous challenges. You know, it has to do with you just pushing yourself and putting in those compromises to be able to just solve it and move on at the end of the day. Yes, I think this is an interesting one. One of my favorites. One of my favorites,
really. Is.
Yes, so we will go for a short commercial break, and when we come back, we will head right on to the newspaper review. I think we just have Fourier newspaper today. Yes, so we'll just head right on to that. Do stay tuned.
Looking for the fastest and easiest way to receive money transfers from abroad? Well, QMoney and RIA just made it happen. Now you can receive international money transfer from RIA directly into your QMoney account with no additional cost. Once you receive an SMS alert about your transfer, walk into any QMoney agent across the country to receive your payment for free, or use the money immediately to buy credit, QPower, and other QMoney services. It's fast, safe, and convenient. For more info, call customer care on 133. QMoney, Sinu Calpe. Terms and conditions apply.
You've got big decisions to make.
For this election, one decision is clear.
Who has the most experience?
Who brings the in-depth coverage?
Who brings you most relevant information?
Now is the time to watch your decision pay off.
Like non-stop coverage.
Live streaming on Facebook and YouTube.
Your text messages and election alerts.
Decision 2021 only on QTV.
Comprehensive election coverage.
Welcome back from that short break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning here with my co-host Ansumane Sonyasi and our guest for the newspaper review, Mamadou Mboj. So, what's up?
All right, so, I mean, like you mentioned earlier, we have only the Fourier newspaper with us this morning. And the main headline on the front page reads, CA instructs lawyers to commence contempt of court proceedings against IEC. Governor of CRR gives women group $10,000 in Mahmoud Fana. Sidi Jara says Halifa Saleh can fix Gambia's economic problems. UNICEF convenes validation of situation analysis of children and adolescents in Gambia. Giant ship cost $500,000 in Gambia.
That's a lot of meat.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. interesting headlines.
Yeah, so is that all on Fourier?
Yes, on the Fourier.
Okay, so we start with what?
The most important one, or the most, talked about one since last night.
Yeah.
CA instructs lawyers to commence contempt of court proceedings against the IEC.
All right. What's your take on that?
Yes, well, if you
They've
feel...
been making headlines
But this is
Yeah.
it. If you feel aggrieved, you have to go to the courts. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Completely. Earlier on, the court had already decided that their rights were really not... they were trampled on to some extent. That was what the court decided. So they had every right to resubmit additional lists, which they said they did, yet the IEC rejected that. So they're going to the courts again for a contempt of court hearings. So it will be interesting to know what exactly is going on, you know, because we thought that perhaps the IEC would have an advisor, legal advisor, advising them on the legal implications of decisions they take, and they probably do. But it's just that in law, this is said, one lawyer can have one view, another will have another view.
Yeah.
That is why we go to the courts for magistrates and judges to decide, as it were, which one is right. So it will be interesting, but surely, for CA, even though they've also said in that same statement that they will not form any alliance with any party, they have not endorsed any candidate and the like. So it's really a pity.
But at the end of the day, don't you think if this doesn't work for CA, that's just their last resort, endorsing a candidate at the end of the day, to be able to also put in the agenda that they have? If that particular candidate wins at the end of the day, don't you think that's their only option at some point?
Not necessarily. You don't have to. If you feel that you have a certain affinity with any other candidate or party, you may join. You may join them in an alliance, but you don't necessarily have to. If you know what I mean, it's really their choice.
But that's just the general, you know, behavior of political parties at the end of the day.
Well, they have come with a different angle.
Indeed.
They say they wouldn't. That's what they've said so far. You just never know. In the 11th hour, at the 11th hour, you might decide to form an alliance with somebody else. You just never know in politics.
Exactly.
I can say one thing today, tomorrow, or day after something else changes, even though we know that we don't have that long to go.
I expected that they would, you know, actually go to court again. But the part that surprised me is the fact that they are not endorsing any candidate or, you know, forming any alliances. You know, one would expect that at least there should be one or two of the 6 candidates whose nomination has been accepted by the commission, whose maybe party ideologies or programs are somehow similar to what CA has, and they may align themselves with a particular party or candidate. However, I mean, the decision, like I said, has come as a surprise to me, but it's normal anyway.
And you know what? While I was doing a particular interview in relation to what Gambians think ahead of the December 4th elections, part of the concerns of the Gambians is the fact that all of these people are coming up with political parties and knowing clearly well that no matter what, there's one candidate your idea is related to. So he's saying, why? Is it about the presidency or is it about taking Gambia forward? That was part of the questions that the citizens raised.
Yeah, I think this is one view that is quite
common,
you know, popular, especially within young voters. You know, many would, especially on social media, they keep raising the same issues. That, you know, do we actually need all of this money? Imagine if we've had this case where all the 26 who initially expressed interest to run for office were accepted.
What will happen?
Absolutely, but this is the key. Who can tell what we need or what we do not need?
Big question at the end of the day.
Do you know what I mean?
Big question,
So if I want to form a political party, it's a democracy. Let the person form a political party.
Agreed.
The market will decide. Sooner or later, you're going to have to go out there to the electorate, you know, and ask for their vote. They will decide whether they're going to give you their vote or not. And sooner or later, you know, if you realize that you cannot attract followers for people to vote for you, then sooner or later the party will just fizzle out. This is what we know. So just leave it to the market. We just do not know.
So moving on, my question in relation to this particular headline is it worth reporting? That's just what I want to ask you, you know, as an experienced journalist, because Governor of CRR gives women group $10,000 in Mahmoud Fana. Like, what is the relevance at the end of the day? Like, like in your own perspective, is it significant enough to be reported? Is it significant to an extent of being a headline.
Well, we are going towards the
elections.
So a lot of people will want this sort of thing reported. I'm sure others wouldn't want it reported, but you will know that the party involved would want it reported. You know, one is apparently, supposedly doing a good thing, giving them money, and we know here everybody's got problems of money. So once you do that, so it might sort of add a bit of browner points, as it were, to your party. A lot of people want it recorded, reported. But again, you're wondering, we're coming towards elections, how would other people, how would it be interpreted?
Exactly.
How would it be interpreted? Giving them 10,000 words to get their vote? What's going on? But this is what you get in an election week. This is the election week, as it were.
In as much as we're not also saying he gave the $10,000 seed to get anything, but we're just trying to analyze the, you know, the journalistic aspect of it and the timing of the whole headline. But yeah, anyway, newspapers have different headlines that they deem relevant at the end of the day. And here, Sidia Jatta says Halifa can fix Gambia's economic problem. This is something that we discussed a little bit yesterday. So with his ideology, do you think he will be able to fix Gambia's problems? At the end of the day, each political party will say, with their idea, they can fix Gambia's problems, you know. But with that, you know, comparing it to other countries, it's, you know, applicability and all of that. I know it might be hard to put this together.
Let's put it this way. We really cannot tell, yes, unless you are in the position and then you implement your program. You know what I mean? So far what we're going to get
theoretically,
is just
how about theoretically?
Even theoretically, I mean, there's never any such thing as having something written theoretically and then you apply it, it gives exactly the outcomes you want. Public policy has never been about that. Public policy is a bit like, in many ways, it's a bit like forming an SME, small and medium enterprises. Most of them fail. We all know that. So public policy, and even when you implement public policy, you're never going to get 100% of the outcomes. What you hear policymakers tell you will probably get 80% of what they expected, 70%, this much percent. So you can never have that symmetry, that simple correspondence between idea and outcome. Society, human beings are not like that because of unintended consequences, unforeseeable consequences.
Human behavior.
So there's always an X or a question mark.
It's more about
as it were,
what I want to do and how I intend to go about it. But the outcome really is another thing.
It is another thing.
I know, I mean, if you closely follow Halifa's politics, I mean, he focuses more on the economy, and I think this has been his strength over the years. But, I mean, I agree with you, absolutely. I mean, will he be able to, we cannot tell
at the end of the day with his ideas.
Yes. With him in office, maybe, then we can be able to judge him based on his performance.
Absolutely. Maybe now
what we can do... I was thinking then with this idea, then you would use other countries as a case study, just, you know.
Yes, you will. You know, you can use other countries as case studies. But again, be careful. No two situations are exactly alike. It can never be. So,
but it can be a basis.
Yes, if you're looking for similarities, you can see similarities. But if you look for differences, you'll see differences as well. And then some ideas may travel. Ideas travel poorly. They are poor travelers in many ways. One idea can work in one situation, and then you take it to another situation, and it doesn't work.
I like that.
So we must be very
putting resources as well into consideration. You know,
that's it. Where would you get the investment?
Exactly.
And we've, you know, I've read a report from the State Department, the U.S. State Department, talking about the investment climate. I mean, economically, things are really very, very difficult. And the impact of COVID-19, you know, GDP has dropped so substantially. And with the, we rely so much on aid and grants and that sort of thing. What's going to happen because the countries that give aid and the grants, maybe they may be going through their own difficulties. And even when they give you aid or grants and stuff, there are conditionalities, whether we know them or not. So it's an extremely difficult economic situation.
And this reminds me, I mean, over the past couple of months, you've always emphasized the need to have a very good economic plan to help us recover, you know, from what we've lost throughout the pandemic period. Looking at that, and now that we're in electioneering period, with all these candidates, you know, going around canvassing for votes, what do you think should be the focus here for each of these candidates?
It is true that it should be the economy. As Bill Clinton once said, the economy is stupid, in the sense that without the economy, really, you cannot move any of your programs in many ways. It's sort of like the base. It's really everything. Like the base. So how can you spur the economy post COVID-19? That is really the key. So far, what we've been listening to, I mean, people have said all sorts of things. We'll focus on the agriculture, we'll focus on stimulating the economy, we'll focus on all sorts of things now that they've said. But we really haven't seen the blueprint. What precisely would you do? For instance, are you going to have retrenchment, as it were? Would you make a lot of people lose their jobs? That's one way of saving money. Some candidates have talked about cutting waste. How much exactly, what exactly would you do? How would you do it? Have you actually done the studies to know that actually I can cut from this sector then to invest in another sector? How much, when I cut the so-called waste, how much would I save to put it in there? So we really haven't gone to the brass tacks, as it were, of
manifestos,
not yet.
you know, some of these manifestos are really vague. You know, it's very vague, you know, and it's not even research-based at the end of the day. And, you know,
just give you generalities,
it's just general things.
The rhetoric of generalities.
And at the end of the day, you don't know if that is going to work or not. So it's, anyway, it's a challenge. And do blueprints even exist in most African countries?
Maybe they do in some.
In some, but you know.
I know somebody would have probably said that, well, they probably do in Cape Verde. I'm not going to say.
The Gambian ambassador for Cape Verde, right? I know he's watching right now. Yes. So moving on, before we talk about sports, let's talk about UNICEF convenes validation of situation analysis of children, adolescents in the Gambia. I think studies really have been ongoing continuously in relation to adolescent behavior and all of that. We had Phoebe and Ina Grant who did the studies about adolescent, talking about the fact that the major problem is conversations between them and their parents. It doesn't exist, and then they get to lose their way eventually, you know?
Absolutely. And when you look at the report, I mean, they've identified certain problems here. The fiscal space, this is what we were talking about, because of the emergency, this COVID-19 emergency and the like, dealing with that, so much money. We do not have the money. So much money has been taken away from, you know, spending on social welfare interventions and schemes. And given the high debt, so much of our income, we have to spend it financing debt, as it were. That was why earlier the president said that he had asked for debt deferral, as it were, so that we can deal with these things. So that fiscal space for government to spend on children's welfare, there's a problem. And another problem identified was the, what do you call it, the coordination. To coordinate all of these different groups and the interventionist, as it were, projects. How do you coordinate them so that they can amount to much? So there are difficulties there which they identified, and they had done the studies, and then which will help perhaps to direct, to organize, as it were, future interventionist programs to make it well coordinated.
I think coordination is just generally an issue. It's beyond just adolescent. You know, it's just generally an issue where resources are wasted again and again because things are not coordinated. You know, different organizations are not coming together, the duplication of efforts.
All doing the same thing.
I don't understand.
You
How
have
can
that a
this be
lot,
changed?
especially on the side of advocacy for youth and children
exactly.
issues. You have that a lot.
I know they don't expect us to come up with a coordination ministry at the end of the day. Each ministry is supposed to coordinate what they're supposed to coordinate.
Yes,
right?
And then you have others who will coordinate the coordinators, and then ad infinitum, it just keeps on going.
I'm telling you, it keeps on going. Like we have proofreaders, but at least we need people to proofread our work. Our chain is natural, but at the end of the day, this chain doesn't just stop.
No.
Because everyone wants to have a position authority to do something. That's just the sad part.
We have long realized that organizationally, that has been a huge problem. Bureaucratic organization in many ways. But again, that is also a bit like the economy. That is a base. Without that organizational acumen, that organizational nous, whatever policies you come with, whatever money you put in there, if you're not careful, it will be wasted.
Yeah. Yes. There wouldn't be much impact.
So that organizational ability, somehow we are finding it really difficult. As
you know why the organization is difficult? Because everyone wants to be an organizer. Yes. Everyone wants to organize. No one wants to be there for someone to actually come and tell you where you're supposed to be.
That's it. But this is where you need leadership. So the leader will come really and put in the structures, the streamlined structures. We do hear all over the world policy analysts talking about streamlining. You do hear these terms?
Yeah.
Let us streamline the bureaucracy. That is highly, highly important. That's even where you can take care of waste so that you wouldn't waste so much. But we know that here our bureaucracy is bloated.
It is bloated.
It's been said time and time again. It's just that we haven't really got to grips with dealing with that for whatever reasons. People have their political calculation why you may want to reform one sector or another. So it depends, but there's a huge problem there organizationally. This is the key, really.
So, a giant ship costing $500,000.
Okay, I remember doing this piece on, you know, animal husbandry, farmers, like young people trying to do it. And I remember we had one of them on this platform. I mean, some of them, if you look at the ship they're selling, I mean, they cost around, what, 300K.
I'm ready to quit journalism and get into animal husbandry. I'm so ready.
There's a lot of money in it anyway. But yeah, I mean, if you look at it, for me and you, this is on the high. But really, you look at the cost and how much they're spending to rear this.
Actually,
it's a very rare breed.
Yeah, I think that's the reason. The fact that it's rare.
And you're having to get them all the way from Senegal, Mali, and other, you know, neighboring countries, and where they're at least a bit cheaper here. But
we're $500,000 per night.
$500,000.
$500,000.
What kind of meat is it? Diamond?
I'm asking.
It's a very huge ship. If you look at it, very huge. Some of them are as big as.
Okay, what I'm thinking is maybe if this one gets to mate, with another one, then you have more. I don't know what the idea is. So probably if we have a chance to have this person selling this, then they will get to explain to us
more,
why this has to cost $500,000.
Some people will always buy it. I mean, to perhaps not many people, but you do have a few, particularly in Gambia. You have a few with a few millions in there. $500,000 doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean anything.
Maybe $500,000 is just like $100 to you.
But for me, you and Mr.
Me, you,
absolutely.
Mom, senior semester.
Anyway, so sports, right? Ballon d'Or.
Yes,
Messi.
yes. Yeah, so unfortunately, there's no African player on the top 5, but yes, Messi. Mr. Mboj and I are huge football fans.
Okay.
So he's won his 7th Ballon d'Or award, which is remarkable. I mean, it's historic. There has been no player ever in the history of the game who's managed to win that many, you know, Ballon d'Or awards. I think the highest is Cristiano Ronaldo with 5, who's been competing with Messi for the past 10, 12 years. Before them, it used to be 3. Now it's gone all the way to 7. And I don't think anybody would really catch up with Messi.
Yeah, I was so mad.
Because Ronaldo has gone. He's gone past his peak.
Why
I'm not a Messi fan.
He deserves it.
I'm a Cristiano Ronaldo fan.
But Messi deserves it.
So I was
I'm not a Messi
mad.
fan
I was
too.
like, this is a scam.
No, I think he got it really on the strength of helping Argentina win the Copa America.
Oh, okay.
That sort of thing.
He was the most outstanding player in the Copa America.
Okay.
He was leading goal scorer. He won the Golden Ball.
Yeah.
So he won it all.
Whether you're a Messi fan or not, you just have to accept that.
I can't
extraordinary talent.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll see something like this for a very, very long time.
But Cristiano has 5. He might catch up.
I doubt.
Let's not jump into conclusion
36,
here.
37.
He might catch up, okay? Cristiano Ronaldo might catch up.
Yes, peaks might fly. I mean, 36, 37. I mean, sorry, I'm not sure about that.
I really doubt that. I mean, given his age, he's gone past his peak.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, Messi still have a couple of years to go. I really doubt I really doubt. I don't see that happening.
Okay, anyway, fingers crossed.
I am a Cristiano fan anyway, but I don't see that happening.
You don't see that happening?
No.
I'm smarting over why Mo Salah is not in the top 5.
Yeah, he really should have been. I think Liverpool.
I heard a lot
Liverpool
about him.
have been doing well the past couple of years. You know, we had Van Dijk, you know, 2 years ago, and Mo Salah really should have been in that mix. Unfortunately, but maybe come next Ballon d'Or, he would be in the mix.
How about Sadio Mane?
Sadio too? No, he's
Sadio,
not.
no.
You know, but yeah, hopefully.
Begin your SUV life. S-Pass Motors, the new authorized dealer for Kia. Visit us today or call us on 3522-222, 353-2222.
Looking for the fastest and easiest way to receive money transfers from abroad? Well, Q Money and Ria just made it happen. Now you can receive international money transfer from Ria directly into your Q Money account with no additional cost. Once you receive an SMS alert about your transfer, walk into any Q Money agent across the country to receive your payment for free, or use the money immediately to buy credit, Q Power, and other Q Money services. It's fast, safe, and convenient. For more info, call customer care on 133. Q Money, Sinu Calpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Your favorite mobile service has done it again. Now you can buy cash power with your Q Money account free of charge. Yes, you heard me right. For free. Nothing is cheaper than free. So start buying your cash power from the comfort of your homes with unbeatable services Q Money has to offer. With Q Money, life is easy. Visit your nearest Q Money agent to cash in or call customer care on 133 for more information. Don't forget to wash your hands with soap after handling cash. Stay home, stay clean, stay safe. Q Money, Sinu Calpe. We innovate, others follow.
Welcome back, and we apologize for that interruption right there. It's production anyway. Some of these things are inevitable, but we apologize for that. So I'm afraid that is all we have time for on the newspaper review with Mamoudou Mbouch. Thank you so much for joining us, and looking forward to another conversation with you.
My pleasure's all mine. Looking forward to that.
All right, so we'll go for a short commercial break, and when we come back, we'll head right onto social issues. We'll be talking about, we'll be doing a voter sensitization in English and all other local languages. Like we mentioned, we just feel like there shouldn't be an invalid vote. You know, it shouldn't exist.
We always have invalid votes.
Exactly.
This time, we don't
need that. You know, you have your vote. Your vote is your voice, and it should definitely count in relation to the candidate that you want to see victorious come December 4th. So we'll go for a short break, and when we come back, we'll have an IEC official right here to do an in-depth explanation of the voting process. Do stay tuned.
With so many things to do in a single day, it's important to have a network you can trust. When there's family and friends to connect with and business calls to make, you need a network that is reliable and fast. Talk longer, browse faster, go farther, and roam wider. When your network is solid, the world is your oyster. QCell, your trusted network in the Gambia.
Money, the biggest mobile money service in the Gambia, has taken mobile banking to the next level. Now, you can link your Q Money wallet with your bank account. Yes, link your Ajib or EcoBank accounts with your Q Money wallet and get instant access to your cash anytime. No need to queue at the bank anymore. Transfer funds from your bank account to your wallet or your wallet to your bank account using Q Money Bank Link is the fastest, most secure and convenient way to transfer funds between your wallet and bank account. For more information, call our customer care on 133. Q Money, Sunyu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Light. From the beginning of time, light has been there.
It is integral to our survival and to our way of living.
We need light to work,
To build.
to grow things, and even to see our loved ones.
Light makes things easier and better.
So QCell has changed the way you buy Q-Power to make it easier and more accessible.
You can now access the same service quickly and get your cash power tokens instantly with the new QCell Q-Power code.
To light up your world, simply dial *363#.
With a touch of your fingers,
With ease and convenience from the comfort of your home or office,
you can bring light into your world instantly with *363#.
Q-Power, lighting your world.
QCell Sunyabus.
We innovate, others follow.
You've got big decisions to make.
For this election, one decision is clear.
Who has the most experience?
Who brings the in-depth coverage?
Who brings you most relevant information?
Now is the time to watch your decision pay off.
Live non-stop coverage. Live streaming on Facebook and YouTube.
Your text messages and election alerts.
Decision 2021 only on QTV.
Comprehensive election coverage.
Welcome back from that short break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning here with my co-host Ansumana Isonyasi. Like I said before the break, we will be having an extensive discussion on the voter registration process. I know you're all getting ready for December 4th, inshallah, to go cast your vote and decide on who you want to see lead this country come December 4th. So thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Khan. It's really important that we are having this discussion here in relation to voting, and I can see the ballot drum there, and I can see the marble. So this means this will be quite extensive. Thank you so much for joining us. So before we get into the discussion proper in relation to the voting itself, the physical voting, just give us an update in relation to the work of the IEC. Let's just keep it short, from the nomination, now the campaign, and eventually on Saturday, Gambians will be going to the polls.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much, and thank you for hosting me again, once again, at QTV. And we are ready, fully ready. We are fully poised, as I would always say, to conduct the presidential election of 4th December 2021. Right now, as I speak, we already are having the training. This is the step-down training for our polling staff. These are the staff that would man the polling stations across the country. And as we may know that we have a total of 1,554 polling stations across the country. So in a sense, we're training about 6,000 polling staff right now who will be deployed across the country on the 3rd of December. And then by the 4th, we're ready to commence the poll at 8 a.m.
Okay, so I guess Ansumana, they're fully ready. No room for mistakes, inshallah.
I like that. I like what I'm hearing. They're fully ready. We expect them to be fully ready.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I think that's an assurance there that they're fully ready.
And also, I think it is important we know the qualification of the polling staff, you know, the recruitment process, just to give confidence, just to give confidence to Gambian citizens that, you know, everything will be okay, there's no room for mistakes, you know, all of that. So how equipped are these pool staffs actually? How are they recruited? Are these university graduates, Gambia College, or what?
Very well. I think we did the recruitment process some months ago, and of course the basic requirement, of course, was grade 12.
Okay.
And the highest is up to master's degree or even PhD. I saw some people apply with PhD. So I'm not sure whether they've been recruited. But of course, we normally count on experience a lot. That is, people who have done the process over and over again. We bestow a lot of trust and confidence in them. So often they are given the priority. However, also people who are qualified are also recruited into the process. This has already been concluded, as I said, some months ago. And right now, just last week is when we had our TOT, the training of trainers. These are the people who will supervise the various electoral areas, per se the constituencies. And now, this week, we're doing the training for the polling staff. And this training is done in 3 days. That is, they are being trained for 3 days on various aspects of the electoral process, so that they are fully conversant with the process. They are fully conversant with the procedures. You know, elections, we have two things at play. We have law and we also have the procedures. So the polling staff are trained on both of these, so that they know the application of the law on polling day. And of course, also how they would react in certain situations if they arise. Okay. For example, how to help, inform voters, PWDs and the like. And of course, now there is this key element on which was also included in the training, that is training the staff on COVID-19, how to protect themselves and others from COVID-19. And I'm sure Gambians are aware that this is the first time that the Gambia is holding elections during the COVID pandemic. So I think proper care must be taken to make sure that people vote in a healthy environment and people stay safe, well and fit during the electoral process.
The last time you were here, I did ask about the dress code for voters. I think this is important, and I would like you to emphasize this again, also bearing in mind COVID-19 protocols as well.
Yes, very well. I think the dress code is very important. When people come to vote, we expect them to be ordinary Gambians. We expect them to be voters, not political actors in this case. So that is to say that any person, and in fact, it is in fact a matter of law, that you must not, anybody must not come to a polling station to vote in political attire. What do I mean by that? This is coming to the polling station, with the T-shirt of a candidate or any material that is used, for the campaign, that is used for the campaign, that is used for campaign, or that is used to promote the political agenda of any candidate. This may include T-shirts, these caps, and how do you call it, scarves and the like. So people are really warned to desist from this. Of course, they may ask, okay, all the colors belong to a political party. Very well. You're wearing red, right? That's for the political party. You're wearing what? Gray. That's for the political party.
Yeah, so how about that? But as long as it's plain, maybe, and there's no writing.
Absolutely, very well.
Yeah.
Like, if you come in your normal attire, in your normal everyday dress, I think that wouldn't raise some eyebrows.
Okay.
But of course, if you come in, like you have the same party color all over, you are sending a signal. Huh?
Okay.
So we really urge people to be mindful of the colors they wear.
Okay.
So maybe on voting day you can choose, to come in just a plain T-shirt, or just your wax, the wax. I don't know how they say it. The fabric. I think
this local attire.
Yeah, exactly. That doesn't bear that cannot be attached to any political party or candidate.
Okay.
So I think it's important that people take note of that, and because some of this. Yeah, and again, I think another key important point is to observe the COVID protocols. Like at the polling station, once somebody arrives at the polling station, there will be somebody at the gate. I think this will be the Red Cross who are doing great this time.
Okay.
They supporting the commission a lot in terms of the COVID, and they have volunteers who would apply the hand wash, the gel on people. So people are urged to cooperate with them. Is after all for the safety of all.
Yes. So apart from that, when I am on that day when I'm going to vote, what do I need to take with me? You already talked about the dress code. I have to wear neutral colors. So now, what document am I supposed to go with?
Very well. Number one, I would say, rule one, please, don't forget to bring your voter's card. Because without a voter's card, you cannot vote. Okay? Number two, I would say rule two, come with your face mask. Last time I was here with Balde.
Yes.
Okay. Come with your face mask. Okay. Come with your please come with your face mask to vote. Okay. And number three, once you arrive at the polling station, the Red Cross or the IC officials or the police, I'm not sure, they would apply this gel on your hands to make sure that you enter the polling station safely, such that you don't.
You have to sanitize.
You have to sanitize, so that you protect yourself and others at the polling station. So I think these are key issues that we have to bear in mind.
So up next now.
And then after that, you'll meet the team. Then you'll go to the process. Like they will verify your name to make sure yes you are Esonyasi. Once this is confirmed, then you proceed. You are inked. They will apply this ink on your finger to make sure that so that okay you voted. And again, this is to make sure that you can vote only once.
Okay.
Because there is this principle that one man, one vote. So the ink would help in identifying people and then preventing people from voting more.
What if someone refuses to get the ink? What happens?
It's part of the protocol that you must be inked.
Okay.
That's the law. Before you vote, you have to be inked to make sure that this is no ink, no vote.
So I have a little plea, Jay. This is for you and I and all our colleagues who would be on duty election day. I know we would all be encouraged to be at the polling stations early so we can vote and go about our normal business. But I'm also thinking, in as much as we would do that, would we be allowed to vote and then go on? Because all of us would be at work.
Yes.
We would be
priority?
Covering everything live. So I'm thinking, I don't know if the commission would really accommodate us, if they would allow us to vote, and then we can just go about our normal.
Yeah, very well, very well. You know, issues were raised by the security forces, the police, the army, and also the media. I know a lot of media houses were requesting. Also, even the, how do you call it, the CSOs. Because I know this time you have a lot of people who will be engaged in the process, either as police or as part of the army, the military, or the media, like you guys, QTV, GRTS, and others. And also even the CSOs who have deployed many people across the country. And it means those people, they may lose their right to vote. Because if they are posted elsewhere, then they cannot vote. Because there is this principle, I call it the cardinal rule in our election, that where you register is where you vote. So this will be maintained. We wish everybody was given the chance to vote anywhere. We wish to do that, but unfortunately we cannot. We are restricted by the law, which says that you have to vote where you are registered, number one. Number two, the law provides an allowance for people, especially the security forces, the police, who are posted at the polling station. So the law is very clear on that. So this is why we are being careful this time. You see, we have a lot of distractions by this court the qualifications against us. So this is why we just make sure that we apply the law to the letter. Even though, fine, we know some people may not vote. Some people will not be able to vote. However, the commission sees it necessary to make sure that some of these people, key people in elections, media, I always say, no media, no election. How can you imagine, there's an election with, there's media blackout, no news, nothing, the people are not aware. So the media have an important role to play. So in so doing, some of those people, we urge the media houses to make sure that they are deployed at least around their vicinity, around their places of residence, such that maybe they can just wake up early in the morning, by 8, 9, they can cast their vote, and then they can go off to do their coverage wherever they may be posted. Okay. And again, I think it's important to make sure that people, they also understand, like, this is just a priority. It's not
law.
Yeah, it's not imposed on anybody. Yeah. But however, we urge the polling staff to make sure that they give priority to certain people. Exactly. Of course, even in our manual, the training document that we are training our staff on, there are certain people who are given priority. These include women, lactating women, women who are bearing children, and even pregnant women, the elderly, the old, the infirm, somebody who cannot stand for more than 30 minutes. Yeah, we have to give such people priority just to vote quick, and then go back.
And then go.
The PWDs, the blind, those in wheelchairs. So these people, they must not queue. They are given the priority. Okay. Of course, we also put our friends in that list as well. That's the media. The media should be given priority, but of course you need to identify that you are a media.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to, come with your badge or with your IAC accreditation to make sure that, okay, you are part of this media house. So please, let's allow them to vote quick. They are doing work for the whole country, because without the media that day, nobody can know what's happening at the polling. So I think people have to have that understanding.
Yeah, so due to time constraints, I'm afraid we might now have to head right on to the exercise. The most important, and then from there, then we will go to the local language, Wolof, Mandinka, and the list goes on. So just show us how to vote on that day.
Very well. So this is very important for people like Janke,
Yes. Geneva.
Exactly.
Yes. First-time voters.
Yes.
People who have never voted.
Yes. So
maybe they only turned 18 in 2020. Or in July 2021.
Or they did not also get a voter's card, considering the environment at the time.
Yeah, in 20
Is it?
Some. I've heard people tell me things like that.
Some they were interested, right?
Maybe they were, but we all know how the climate was at the time anyway. We won't get into that.
But it's everybody's right to get registered or to vote and to be voted for.
Sure.
This is a constitutional right for every Gambian who has attained 18 years of age. So voting is a very easy process. The Gambian system of voting includes the use of the ballot drum and also the marble.
Unique.
This is unique. This is a beautiful system.
Unique.
It's a beautiful system that the Gambia is using. So these are rusty marbles.
Yes.
But
at least they are good for this exercise.
Looking like diamonds, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the marble, and then this is the ballot drum. So the Gambia is using this voting method. It's unique in the world. The Gambians have a lot of trust and confidence in this system. As history can tell us that from 1967, I think, as early as 1967, these tools were used for voting in the Gambia. In fact, I learned this was introduced by the British colonial government in 1947. When the franchise was extended to Gambians. So the same system has been used over the past how many years. The Gambia is using this, and it's easy. This is the marble, and this is the ballot drum. The ballot drum, there is something called the lid. That's this metal extension, which also bears a hole. This hole is where somebody.
Mr. Can you can just put it closer to yourself, because you're a bit, your hand is a bit.
Okay. Thank you. So you have a hole. You see, there is this white, to make sure that people can really easily see the hole. So this hole is where you would cast your marble, and in doing so, then you have voted for somebody. Of course, when you come in, the first thing you need to identify is, in this time, you'll be having 6 ballot drums. 6 ballot drums. And each ballot drum would be painted in the color of your candidate. Okay? So first of all, go after the color. Watch out which color. You first select your color. After which, number 2, you will see 2 photographs
of the candidate.
One on the side and one on top.
Okay.
So this is a photograph that bears the picture
for easy identification
of your candidate, and also the name of the candidate. So one will be placed here, and then the other one will be placed here. And of course, already we would have placed in some security measures. You have this binding wire.
So it's usually sealed, right?
Yeah, it is sealed to make sure that nobody can open it until the poll is closed.
Okay.
Okay. So you will notice some red items. These are called security seals. So each security seal bears a unique number. So in this case, we have how many holes? 4 holes. Yeah. It means you will come into contact with 4 holes. That is 4 security seals. Okay. So each security seal bears a unique number, which is recorded by all the party agents to make sure that, okay, and this seal, you cannot, it is tamper evident. It's called tamper evident. Okay. You only have to, open it once and it is spoiled. Okay. So it means if you open it, then you have to spoil it. Okay. Okay. So just to make sure that nobody can open it during the polling process, to make sure that all the votes in for the guy are actually casted by the voters.
So the seal
there's accountability for that process.
It's for 2 purposes. One, to secure the drum, but also ensure that the process is transparent.
Yeah.
It's transparent. Yeah. It's rig-proof. It's rig-proof.
Okay.
Yeah, this is to prevent rigging. Maybe some would say, okay, you can just pour a marble for somebody.
Yeah,
so you can't just do that. Okay. Because once you come in the morning, they will confirm all the ballot drums with the seals, and the polling agents for the parties or candidates would record the seal of each drum, or maybe the seal of his drum. That's his interest.
Yes.
Okay. And also the presiding officer, who is the head of the polling team, would also record all the seal numbers of all the drums. Maybe the polling agents, they may be interested in their own drum. Maybe, some maybe, they may also record the others. But I know for one thing, seals will be put in place, they will be fastened, and this must not be open till the poll is closed.
You cannot tamper with it.
You cannot tamper with it. Okay. And if you do, it is evident that, oh, hey, somebody opened this drum. What's wrong? So, and they have to find out. So it's very important. So when you come in, then, okay, you are given the marble to go inside to vote, and you have to go in there alone, only one person. And once you are in there, then you make your selection from the 6 ballot drums. Then the one you choose to vote for, here is the mouth and your token. You just, once you drop the token, you'll hear the sound of a bicycle bell.
Yes.
Okay.
There is this component.
A bicycle bell.
Yeah, bicycle bell, right? Cling. Very good, Eso. So once you hear the cling,
yes,
as Eso said, you know that, okay, you've casted your vote.
Yes.
Okay.
Your vote is in.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
Your vote is in.
So your vote is in.
Okay, I might have to try this.
Vote,
Mr. Khan, just to know
very well.
if I'm there.
Since you are
and I'm doing it well.
First time voter,
yes. Let's check. So I can choose any.
Any.
Okay, here we are. It's right here.
Yeah.
Yes. So and then
the front.
I don't need to put it here.
No.
I don't need to put it anywhere.
No.
Just here, right?
Exactly.
And I need to hear a bicycle bell.
Exactly.
Clang.
Exactly.
Good. So let's go. Casting my vote for December 4th.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Yes. So your vote is
my
in.
vote is in. So
Yes.
it's quite simple.
Yeah, it's very simple.
Yeah, it's very simple.
It's quite simple.
Yes. So are mobile phones allowed in there?
In these days of social media and all of that.
People snapping themselves saying my vote is in for this particular party.
Yeah, the voting system is by a secret ballot. Huh? You mustn't disclose who you vote for. Or people must not see who you vote for. It's only between you and maybe your God that you vote for somebody. If you choose to disclose it, anyway, that's your problem. But the law provides for secret ballot that you mustn't, nobody must see you making your choice. This is to protect people, and make sure that their choice is respected. And also their freedom is respected. right? So, however, we have some emerging challenges now. Mobile phone. The law doesn't say anything about mobile phone.
Yes.
The law says about don't go to a polling station with firearms, like as a police, as a military, or anybody else. You must not go to the polling station with your AK-47 or with your pistol or with your bazooka, right? This is very clear in the law. And number two, the law says that you must not come to the polling station with a bicycle. Yeah, you have to, give, I think some, I don't know, some 500 meters. You must not come closer. This is to protect
because of the bell, the bicycle bell.
Exactly.
That's what they're using in the drones.
If somebody votes, the presiding officer will be watching out for the sound.
Okay.
This is why I'm so. The spirit of the law, we will always say, the law is always there because of something.
Yeah.
All right. So in this case, the spirit of the law is to protect the ballot drum, making sure that people. It is confirmed that people vote only once.
Okay.
So like you cannot hear two bicycle bells when somebody goes in.
Yeah.
It dies
so Mr. Khan, I'm afraid due to time constraints, you can just repeat this in Wolof. We can take it step by step, just as we started with. Just tell us wax ñu rek lan la nit war a sol ba si election ban kola la war a sol COVID-19 regulations yi tamit naka lañ war a make sure ne mu ngi fa ak lan la nit war a yóbbuwaale voters card bi ak yooyu noonu ak just process voting bi ak ñan lañ may tamit priority tamit.
waaw dëgg la jërë ngeen jëf QTV loolu am na solo trop ñu xam ni Gambia mu ngi dem election 4 December 2021 samedi la am na ñu dégg ne ñu ne dañ forma élection bi xam nga kan moo ko doon wax.
ñu ne élection bi dañ ko form.
nañu ñaanal jàmm.
kenn formu ko. élection bi December la on the 4 samedi. bisi samedi on the 4 December. mooy élection bi. dara ci teeñu si. den beneen mbir bi moo nekk ni su ñuy dem suba te tamit ñu wax tamit ne rek. élection bi wote bi mu ngi commencé si juróom-ñetti waxtu si suba.
8 o'clock.
den ba juróomi waxtu si ngoon. si angale mooy from 8 AM to 5 PM. so léegi ñu ngi ñaax askan bi ñu ngi ñaax Gambien yi ñu war a wote ni ñu jéem kéem tolluwaay kàttan teel a génn si dem sànni seen karta dem toog si kër bi déglu rajo bi. so muy war a dooree 8 si suba dem ba 5 si ngoon. juróom ñetti waxtu ci suba ba juróom waxtu ci ngoon loolu tam waaye tam ñu bàyyil tamit ni suñuy ñëw pour vote suñuy ñëw di sànni karta am na lu ñu war a indi si njëlbeen loo war a indi mooy sa karta wote bi mooy voting card bi boobu noonu nag ku ko amut doo mun a vote so loolu na sa nit yi bàyyi xel den ñaareel bi moo nekk ni xam nga ñu ngi si waxtu corona bi coronavirus bi xam naa ñu bëri xam nañ ko so léegi ñu ne léegi xam nga ñuy liggéey si buntu lopitaan bi dañuy aida ñu ne léegi ñuy takka max bi max nag sooy ñëw suba bul fare takka sa max nga takka sa max amee sa voters card bi ba pare nga takka sa max ñëw si polling station bi den soo ñëwee nag di nga fa fekk ndawi IEC wala bunti kaaraange bi police bi wala tamit Red Cross bi waaw mun na nekk ku nekk si ñii nañ ne nga raxas sa loxo balaa ngay dugg si lu ñuy ooyee hand wash bi nañ la may suyal ndoxi raxasu bi den nga raxas sa loxo ba mu set den su loolu jeexee nag den nga mun a dugg si biir xam naa nag di nga fekk rang di nga fekk ñu bëri ñuy rang ñëw pour wote te boobu tamit rang bi am na tamit ay sarta yuñ tegal am na yoo xam ne sax loi bi sax moo ko wone ni rang bi nit yi doomi aadama dañu ute am na ñoo xam ne am nañ kàttan am nañ wér gu yaram so boobu loi bi waxu dara si ñoom waaye tamit am na ñoo xam ne tamit amuñ kàttan wala tamit nu mu demee affaire yi nu mu demee si seen boor loolu moo tax loi bi may leen cër daf leen may cër ni ñoom su ñëwee bu ñu rang ñoom suñu ñëwee mun nañoo dem rek straight si ndawi IEC yi ñu dimbale leen ñu mun a wote gaaw ñibbi gaaw so ñu ngi noonu bokk na si ñi ñoo xam ni seen cëri yaram yi dafa am manqué mel ni ñuy jëfandikoo wheelchair bi. waaw laago you know sometimes the words people they aren't happy with those words. waaw si anglais ñu koy waxee PWD. mel ni koo xam ne daf day use wheelchair. wheelchair mooy pousse-pousse. waaw mu leen ku toog si pousse-pousse daal soo ñëwee bul rang demal si kanam straight gars yi nañ la may jox la cër nga wote dem sa yoon. ak tamit jigéen ñu wérut yi. mel ni Ndey Kumbay ñoo xam ne ñu ngi ëmba ñu tamit dañ leen may cër su ñëwee buñ rang xam nga ñoo xam ne ñu mun a taxaw foofu ay 1 hour 2 hours.
ñuy nampal tamit.
ak tam ñuy nampal. ak tamit ñuy nampal waaye moom tamit am nañ ci problème di nga gis ku jël liiri jàmbur rek ñëw taxaw. waxuñu yooyu de. waxuñu
jël liiri jàmbur.
waaw
ñëw taxaw si rang.
waaw di nga gis benn xale 5 jigéen indi ko te di nga xale bi ñëwoon na fi. xam nga soo waxuñu yooyu waaw waxuñu yooyu soo même soo yow soo amee xale waaw ngay nampal ñu ñëwoon mais la nga wote gaaw dem. ak tamit mag yi. suñu ne mag mooy kilifa yi am na mag am na kilifa so mag yi ñooy ñoo xam ni am nañ at mel ni ñu dem bi ay juróom-ñeenti fukki at wala ay téeméeri at xam nga ñoom duñu mën a taxaw noonu di rang waaw soo ñu may leen cër ñëw si kanam rang bi rang ñu ote dem ak tamit ay kilifa xam nga dëkk bu nekk am na kilifa soo demee si dëkk bi alkaali bi kilifa la si dëkk bi so alkaali bi war naa rang fine waaye dañ ko may cër waaw mel ni alkaali mel ni ilimaan bi mel ni chef bi mel ni président bi mel ni commandant bi xam nga ñooñu dañ leen may cër ni ñoom comme doomi Gambie la comme ñëpp waaye nag ndigam place buñ saytu waxtu boobu noonu ñu may leen cër waaw sa alkaali su ñëwee soo leen ko mënee may leen ko mu wote gaaw dem xam naa am na ay liggéey si kër bi liggéey boo xam ne pour dëkk bi yëpp la sa commandant bi gouverneur bi su ñëwee mën nañ koo may mu sànni gaaw dem because mi ngi war a liggéey askan bi xam naa am na ñu bëri ñu koy xaar te liggéey bi pour Gambie yëpp la président bi ñëw président bi mu ngi fi pour Gambie yëpp mun na su ñëwee xam naa mun nañ koo may cër may ko mu saani gaaw mu dem waaye nag ématu fu tamit xam naa tamit léegi am na ay wécciku yu xew mooy liggéey bi si buntu liggéey bi la mel ni si buntu yi media bi ñoom ñooy taskati xibaar yi ñoom xam naa am nañ liggéey yu bëree bëri ndigam ren mboolem ku bindu fi nga bindu rek ngay mën a sànni waaye tam xam nañ tam media bi am nañ liggéey taskati xibaar yi suñu boobu tamit ñu may leen cër rek ñu jàppale si liggéey bi ñu may leen wote gaaw dem jox ñu xibaar yi because ñooñu suñ demut duñ mën a am xibaar yi ak tamit ñuy tamit observers ñoom ñoo fi nekk pour xool élection bi ndax jaar la yoon ndax jaarut yoon ñoom tamit su ñëwee tamit xam nga ñu ngi ñaan askan bi ñu may leen cër rek ñu wote gaaw dem seen yoon
waaw ñu ngi ñoo wan ne li ñu dese si waxtu daanaka jeex na so ñu bëggoon nga démontrer ñu won ñu waat rek kuy wote naka ngay def wote
waaw léegi yow soo ñëwee suba nga meg soo ne soluloo benn yére wala benn mandarga political party nga sol sa doomal yére yi yooyu sol si kër bi yooyu ngay sol ñëw soo ñëwee nag nga indi sa voters card ak sa max bi nga ñëw soo ñëwee di nga jaar si team bi am na koo xam ne dina xool sa tur bi ndax yaa ngi fa su dee yaa ngi fa dina ko marqué su fa jógee nag dina dem si koo xam ni dina laal ink dina binda sa baaraam bi dina am comme pen la rek mu binda sa baaraam bi mooy ink bi te su fa jógee nag ñu jox la per bi per bi nag da ngay dugg si biir néeg bi mooy compartment bi pour nga ote boobu nag yow kenn rek la waaw warul faa nekk ak kenn te soo ñëwee nag am na fa benn pax wala sax yow soo ñëwee sax nga xool kan nga bugg a hôtel nga xool couleur yi voyetam bi naka la mel boobu xam naa sax balaa nga ñu di nga war a xam ne man suma parti
couleur bi la am
waaw bii mooy seen couleur
bi la
waaw bii mooy seen couleur bi te ñaari bi tamit sa candidate bi dina am nataal nañ teg benn si kaw nañ teg benn si wet bi den soo xamee ni waaw man kii laa bëgg a sànnil daal den nga jël per bi am na benn pax moo nekk ne si kanam noonu den nga sànni sa per bi da nga koy bàyyi mu rot su rotee nag di nga dégg benn yëngu si biir benn noise kële nga xam ne waaw sa vote nga wote nga waaw soo wotee nag léegi nga génn soo dugalee rek dina koy bàyyi mu rot mel ni yow wote nga da nga génn dem si kër bi toog nga déglu results yi
loolu am na solo xam nañ ne waxtu bi jeex na tàkk te foog ñu bàyyi la nga dem waaye ma bëggoon rek nga ban advice ngay joxe especially si lu jëm ci affaire yi announce results yi xam nañ ne si jamono social media lañ nekk
wax dëgg
te on the spot counting la kenn ku nekk di nga am sa nit ku la toogal ci bërëb yi nga xamante la ñoo wotee ban advice la IEC am pour ñëpp ndax xam nañ lu waa IEC la dooleel ne ñoom ñooy doxal élection waaye tamit ñoom ñooy wax kan moo am ndam ak fan
waaw loolu mu ngi seetu si fànnum result bi loolu mooy wone kan moo gañe wala kan moo gañe wut boobu nag loi bi wax na si lu set wax na si lu leer nañ mu ne kenn amul doole kenn amul sañ-sañ bi kenn amul droit bi kenn amul right bi kenn loi bi may kenn pour joxe result lu dul chairman IEC Ali Momar Njie moom rek la loi bi may moom mooy zoning officer bi si élection bi moom mooy kilifa bu loi bi jox doole pour mu doxal élection bi so moom rek moo am doole pour yébaane result so benn media house loi bi mayu ko pour mu yébaane social media la xaw ma ni ko dee ooyee si jaww ji seen mbiri computer yooyu noonu loi bi mayu kenn droit bu noonu nga joxe result
waxal loolu si anglais
just to confirm to the general public that it is important to note that only the chairman of the IEC is given the authority and mandate to declare election results, and nobody else has. We had some engagement with the media, especially, and we told them of the implications. Nobody must do that. It's a strict warning. I think it's even a matter of law that nobody does. If you do, there are implications.
Okay. So what I want to also clear is media houses will be having representatives in different IEC offices. So there, the results from there as well is not allowed to be announced before the IEC chairman announces it.
I think it's very clear.
No, I just clear because media houses will be having representatives on canvassing maybe the IEC, Banjul.
Nothing like provisional results.
Provisional results.
Nothing like provisional results. Listen to the chairman of the IEC. From there, you pick it from there.
Okay.
You mustn't announce anything from anywhere.
Okay.
Unless it is announced by the IEC chairman.
Okay, which means media houses now should focus on the IEC headquarters.
Yes.
There where the chairman will be instead of the other officers.
Thank you.
So I think that it's important that you make that clear.
Well.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate your time.
We appreciate it, and we wish you good luck as the IEC. It's challenging to organize elections, and it comes with a lot of things. But you know, let's just make sure we double check for no mistakes, and then moving forward, we have a very peaceful Gambia. We will go for a short commercial break, and when we come back, we'll head right onto the click segment. Do stay tuned.
Begin your SUV life. S-Pass Motors, the new authorized dealer for Kia. Visit us today or call us on 3522-222, 353-2222.
Looking for the fastest and easiest way to receive money transfers from abroad? Well, Q Money and RIA just made it happen. Now you can receive international money transfer from RIA directly into your Q Money account with no additional cost. Once you receive an SMS alert about your transfer, walk into any Q Money agent across the country to receive your payment for free, or use the money immediately to buy credit, Q Power, and other Q Money services. It's fast, safe, and convenient. For more info, call customer care on 133. Q Money, Sunu Calpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Your favorite mobile service has done it again. Now you can buy cash power with your Q Money account free of charge. Yes, you heard me right. For free! Nothing is cheaper than free. So start buying your cash power from the comfort of your homes with unbeatable services Q Money has to offer. With Q Money, life is easy. Visit your nearest Q Money agent to cash in or call customer care on 133 for more information. Don't forget to wash your hands with soap after handling cash. Stay home, stay clean, stay safe. Q Money, Sunyu Kalpe. We innovate, others follow.
With so many things to do in a single day, it's important to have a network you can trust. When there's family and friends to connect with and business calls to make, you need a network that is reliable and fast. Talk longer, browse faster, go farther, and roam wider. When your network is solid, the world is your oyster. QCell, your trusted network in the Gambia.
Q Money, the biggest mobile money service in the Gambia, has taken mobile banking to the next level. Now, you can link your Q Money wallet with your bank account. Yes, link your Ajib or EcoBank accounts with your Q Money wallet and get instant access to your cash anytime. No need to queue at the bank anymore. Transfer funds from your bank account to your wallet or your wallet to your bank account using Q Money Bank Link is the fastest, most secure, and convenient way to transfer funds between your wallet and bank account. For more information, call our customer care on 133. Q Money, Sunyu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back from that short break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning. If you're just tuning in, you've missed a lot because we just finished an extensive sensitization conversation here in relation to how to vote. But fortunately for us, we have very keen followers on social media. You can just simply go on our Facebook and YouTube just to check out what you've missed. And we're joined by Skengman Sweezy.
I'm in the building, man. Trust it. I'm not representing the blues, but I'm in the building. Good morning, guys. I'm Skengman Sweezy, and this is the click segment that comes your way from Monday to Thursday. My guest in the studio today is Easy Meezy. Welcome to the show, bro.
Thank you, bro. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure, man.
Yeah,
I like the name, man. Easy Meezy.
Easy Meezy.
For real, bro.
Yeah.
So now, let's talk about you, Easy, and your music career. You've been on the low doing your thing as a musician and as a promoter as well. Yeah. Who is Easy?
Easy. Well, my real name is actually Michael. I'm originally from Sierra Leone, but I grew up here in Gambia. I've been here like my whole life. I did music, primary school here, no. And yeah, music. I've been doing music for a long time actually. I've just been trying to get better at it before releasing anything or anything. And finally, I feel like it's time, and I'm actually releasing my album tomorrow.
The album comes out tomorrow. That's why we're having on the show today, man.
Yeah, thank you.
You dropped a video not long ago.
Yeah, couple of videos
couple
actually.
Of videos for real, man. Yeah. The video is sick.
Thank you very much.
But first of all, let's watch the video and then we talk about it. After
yeah, sure. I know.
Let's watch the video.
I love your name.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
So let me tell you one time, I know your big body shaped like diamonds. You know me love big party long time. So give me big party, no shy, no shy. I know say you bad, I know say you crazy, I know say you bad, my girl, I know say you crazy. You bad, girl, I know say you crazy, I know say you bad, my girl, I know say you crazy. Girl, come back, turn back, turn back. Girl, make you come back, come back. Oh, make you come back, come back. I want make you come back, come back. Yeah, I beg you turn back, turn back. Oh yeah, move your ways for me.
Move it slow, man. Make we play, play. Make we play, play.
Definitely.
I'm having fun, man.
Definitely.
Let's talk about the video, bro. Who did the video, and who brought the concept up as well?
The video was shot by a friend of mine, Phil. He's actually a friend of my manager. He's from Switzerland.
Okay.
He was brought down to shoot all the videos we did.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've seen he's doing great.
Yeah,
I've watched some of the project that he did, but they're good, man. Now let's talk about the album. Dropping Midnight, man.
Yeah,
how many songs on the album, and how many collabos as well?
There is no collabos actually, and there's 14 songs. The only collaboration I did was on the production. I had two of my friends, Vince and XIV, send me two of their beats as well, so I could have someone else's flavor on my stuff.
For real, man. You know, most of the people then say you sound like Burna Boy. Is it really true that you sound like Burna Boy, or you just can inspire from Burna Boy in way on music?
You know, most times people tell me that I sound like Burna, but I find it offensive because it's not my fault that I have a deep voice to start with, and it's just music. I'm just doing my part for real.
And we're running out of time, so let's just.
Bad to be associated with Burna Boy.
No, but it's good. We all know say Burna Boy is a big superstar. Actually,
he wants to be him.
Exactly, you want to be him one day,
It's not a
man.
bad thing.
Yeah. So now, easy. Before we take a leave of you, I'm gonna give a freestyle from the album where you drop tonight, man.
From the album
From
that
the
I'm
album,
dropping
bro.
tonight, which song would be my favorite actually?
Yeah, what's your favorite song actually from the album?
Man,
I guess I'll check it straight when it's out.
Yeah, I'd say Open.
Open, okay.
Yeah.
Give me a freestyle about the song.
You flow like the ocean. A girl, your body chosen. You fly, you don't need promo. Your skin scoop, fuck, I missed it, but it's all good, but shit.
For real, man. It's all good, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. So now, before I take a leave of you, man, we're about to wrap it up. My outfit is provided by Carl's Creation, man. Check him on 386-1724. 386-1724. Trust me, check Carl. He's gonna get you something like this. And don't forget, stream his album tonight. He's dropping it tonight.
He's doing well.
For real, man.
He's doing
Back
so
to you,
well.
and Jennifer.
Yes. So congratulations. I would definitely check out the album. I think you're doing so well. While I was watching that, I was like, you know, is this a Gambian? Because it's not the way that normally Gambians sing or the way, you know, Gambians do it.
He's somebody you should check out.
I would definitely check him out. And I think it is a good thing that you're associated to Burna Boy. It's not bad. You're not like copying him, but at least being associated to him means you're doing well and you're on the right path. Grammy-winning artist. It's not bad.
Well, he's gonna go places.
Yes, he will go
with
places.
the boys and the way
Yeah, you will go places.
And
Congratulations.
He's produced his album as well.
Exactly. He's
All the
doing
album
so
was
well.
produced by him.
Yes, that's it. So
see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. I'm afraid
Bye-bye.
that is all we have time for.
Oh,
actually,
Tuesday, right?
yes, elections, December 4th.
Hey, you know what?
Go cast your vote.
Go cast your votes.
And peaceful elections.
Yes.
That's all we need. Violent, free election. You know, go and vote. See you on Tuesday next week, inshallah. Then we would know who our new president is.
Yeah.
Or if we're maintaining the same one. And then we will get to support anyone who gets to win towards the Gambia.
Let's vote calmly.
Not direct.
Don't listen to social medias.
Bye-bye, guys.
About the report. Focus on QTV. You're going to get everything.
All the information. Bye for now.
Adama bu ne yelloo na ndox mu set te ndox mu set dafa bokk ci dunni doomu aadama te biir kat amul seetu waral na lépp lu fay dugg dafa war a doon li nga xamante ne ni lu indil doomu aadama bi loraange ci wàllu wérugu yaram One Stop Water Solution Limited ñu ngi fii ci biir réew taxaw temm fexe pour gis ne doomu aadama bu ne di nga naan ndox moo xamante ne ni ndex mu sell te wóor la ndax indil nañ leen ay xeetu filtres yi nga xamante ne ni mun ngeen koy jëfandikoo ci seeni pompe yi ci biir réew moo xam booxool ngay jëfandikoo wala pompe nawek yi bépp xeetu filtre bi nga xamante ne ni dina la indil wér gu yaram musal la ci loraange amal nañ leen ko ci biir réew am nañ 10-inch filter set of 3 bii nag ñett lay àndal bu ci ne ak li muy liggéey bokk na ci 5 micron pp sediment filter bii nag mooy segg ndox mi ba mu set génne fa lépp li nga xamante ne ni warta ànd ak ndox moomu bala nga koy jëfandikoo gat granule carbon filter bii nag mooy segg génne lépp lu xeetoog chemical ak organique yi nga xamante ne ñoom ñoo nekk ci biir ndox mi sellal ndox mi ba waral mu soppi li nga xamante ne moom la ndox mi di saf mu soppi cafin gi def ko ndox mu sellate óor CTO block carbon filter bii nag du yem rek ci segg ndox mi sellal ko ba mu sell waaye nag daf koy yokk ay ngéneel yi nga xamante ne ni day baax ci wér gu yaramu doomu aadama bi dëgëral waaye tamit yàggal lool sa yuur wi am nañ tamit 12-inch filter set of 3 boobu it liggéey bu nu mel lay def ñetti filter yépp benn bu nekk ak lu muy liggéey am nañ 10-inch post carbon 10-inch coconut carbon 75 GPD pure one membrane bi
amal nañ leen bépp xeetu water tank tàmbalee ko ci 500 litres 5000 ba ci 1000 litres ak plumbing fittings
kon nag mbokk yi bu ngeen buggee naan ndex yu sell te wóor seeti leen One Stop Water Solution Limited suñu makkaan bu mag baa nga foofa ca Sukuta Highway
Mariama Kunda Johnson
wala nga call ñu ci 505 5691 796 8272 One Stop Water Solution Limited ndox mu set mooy yàggal dund ni doomu